तुम्हारी, लाख 84 पर मत भर मत, लाख 84 भर मत, हार गए है हिम्मत सारी, अब उद्धार करो भव भंजन, तीनन के तुम हो हितकारी, कृष्ण मुरारी शरण तुम्हारी, पार करो अब नैया हमारी, कृष्ण मुरारी। काल पार विष यादिक भोजन, काल पार विष यादिक भोजन, लपट रही है पुण्य है सारी, नारायण गोविंद भजन बिन मुक्त जाए उम्र सारी, कृष्ण मुरारी शरण तुम्हारी, पार करो अब नैया हमारी, कृष्ण मुरारी शरण तुम्हारी, पार करो अब नैया हमारी, कृष्ण मुरारी।
When it's your turn, you get to choose. Om Shri Padmatmane Namaham. Go ahead and take a flower in your hand, Michelle. And I know we just talked about being in our 30s and our knees clicking, but I have to ask you to stand up first. Yeah, I heard it. I said now he's in his 30s. Before he was just 30, but now he's in his 30s. He's gonna start feeling it. Om Shri Padmatmane Namaham. Devotees, Namaste and Jai Sita Ram to all of you who are here in person and for those of you who are viewing via YouTube as well. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to our Sunday morning satsang this beautiful July 10th, 2022. And as we begin with our service for today, I ask that we go ahead May we clasp our hands and close our eyes. While eliminating yourself from this physical world, void your mind of all material thoughts, all material notions. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax your spine, drop your shoulders, relax your neck, relax your forehead. Make sure your entire body is nice and relaxed. And with your eyes still closed and your mind devoid of all thoughts, focus on a form of Bhagwan that's most pleasing to you, one that helps you focus and concentrate, and join together with me as we chant our opening prayers. Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnata Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamaraya Purnamevavashishyate Ishavasyam Miram Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktina Bhunjeta Magrudhakhasya Swidhanam Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe Hari Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. We offer prayers now to Prithvi Mata as we bless and sanctify the seat onto which we sit. Om Samudra Vasane Devi Parvatastane Mandite Vishnu Patni Navastubhyam Padasparasham Kshamasvami Om Prithvi Tvaya Dhratanuka Devi Tvam Vishnu Nadrtham Tvam Chadharyamam Devi Pavitram Kuruchasanam Om Shri Prithvi Devaya Namaham. Place your flower down on the altar and take a seat. Take your time, don't rush. And you can take water in your right hand and wash your hands. Om Hasta Prakshalanam Samarpayami Govindaya Namaham. We sip water 3 times to purify the body. Om Amrito Pastarmasi Swaha Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha Om Satyam Yashaha Shri Mai Shri Shrayatam Swaha. Wash your hands again. Om Apavitra Pavitravam Sarvavashtam Gato Pivahan Yahasmerit Pundari Kaksham Sabhayabhyam Tarashuchi Om. Place some Chandana on your forehead. Om Chandanasya Mahatpunyam Pavitram Papanashanam Aparam Harite Nityam Lakshmi Stashtite Sarvada. We take some water. I looked over there. She was back there. I looked back. She was all the way over. It's impressive. Take some water in your left hand. We'll commence with Anusparsh. Yeah. Bless the various parts of our body. You touch your lips first. Om Wang Meyasyas. We ask, O Lord, by thy grace, by my tongue be ever blessed with the power of speech. Om Nasur Me Pran Nurastu. We ask, O Lord, by my nostrils be blessed with healthy, vital air, eyes. Om Akshur Me Chakshurastu. We ask, O Lord, by my eyes be blessed with the perfect power of vision, ears. Om Kanyor Me Shrotamastu. We ask, O Lord, by my ears be blessed with the power of hearing, arms. Om Bahur Me Balamastu. We ask, O Lord, by my arms be blessed with strength, legs. Om Urhur Me Ojuastu. We ask, O Lord, by my legs be blessed with vitality in the rest of our body. Om Marishtani Me Anyani. Tanushanwa Me Sahasantu. We ask, O Lord, by all the other parts of my body are safe from harm, rendering them healthy and sound for life's daily work. Go ahead and take another flower in your hand. Any color is fine. That's a good choice. And we join together, devotees, as we chant collectively the most powerful mantra in this universe. We join together as we chant the Gayatri mantra. Om Agakshe Varade Devi Akshare Brahmavadini Gayatri Jagat Matar Vishwayoni Namostute Om Bhore Bhuvaya Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat Om Bhore Bhuvaya Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat Om Bhore Bhuvaya Swaha तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। हरि ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम प्रेम से बोलो गायत्री माता की जय. Place your flower down on the altar. And take a red flower in your hand next. Next, devotees, we join together as we offer prayer to that remover, that creator of all obstacles in our life. We offer praise to Lord Ganesh. Om Shri Ganapati Namaha. Om Yajananam Bhuta Ghanadhi Sevitam Kapitha Jammu Palachara Bhakshanam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakarakam Namami Viganesh Varapada Pankajam Namami Viganeshwara Pada Pankajam. At this time, devotees, I ask that the Kirtan group offer one bhajan dedicated to Lord Ganesh as we continue with our puja up front.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jake Parvati, Pita Mahadeva, Jai Ganesh Deva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Jake Parvati, Pita Mahadeva, Jai Ganesh Deva. लदवन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा, संत करे सेवा. लदवन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाके पार्वती, पिता महादेवा, जय गणेश देवा. एक दंत दयावंत, चार भुजाधारी, चार भुजाधारी. मात के सिंदूर सोहे मूस के सवारी, मूस के सवारी. दुखियों के दुख हरर परमानंद देवा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाके पार्वती, पिता महादेवा, जय गणेश देवा. अंधन को आँख देत, कुरियन को काया, कुरियन को काया. बंजन का पुत्र देत, निर्जन को माया, निर्जन को माया. बहु से पार करो नाथ, भजन करो तेरा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाके पार्वती, पिता महादेवा, जय गणेश देवा. जो तेरा ज्ञान करो, ज्ञान मिले उसको, ज्ञान मिले उसको. चौर तुझे यार भला, जाओ में किसको, जाओ में किसको. हे देवा कृपा करो, कष्ट हरो मेरा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाके पार्वती, पिता महादेवा, जय गणेश देवा. जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाके पार्वती, पिता महादेवा, जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा.
Devotees, we all join together now as we offer our final pratana, our final praise to Lord Ganesh. Om Vakrutunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा ओम रक्ष रक्ष गणाध्यक्ष रक्ष त्रैलोक्य रक्षकार भक्तानां भयं करिता त्राता भव भवारण्वार ओम श्रीमन महागणाधिपतये नमः प्रेम से बोलो गणेश भगवान की जय Go ahead and take a white flower in your hand next. And actually, before I continue on, I got asked by a coworker the other day. He's like, I noticed that every time I go to a Hindu temple, I see an elephant-headed god. What does that guy represent? Like, why do you have an elephant-headed god? So I told him the story, and I told him that Lord Ganesh is the creator and destroyer of all obstacles. And he said, why on God's green earth would there be a deva or god dedicated to creating obstacles in your life? Destroying obstacles is a good thing. We don't want obstacles in our life. That makes sense. But why would an obstacle be created in your life? And I equate that to when we grow up, we make mistakes. When do you learn the most? When you make a mistake. So if you get like, let's say, oh, she's coming back for him. Oh no. So when you take a test, it's 100 questions. You miss one question. Do you focus on the 99 answers that you got right when you get the results back? No. Yeah, we do. No, we always focus on that one that we got wrong because we want to make sure we do it better again. So creating obstacles is an objective for us to learn. When an obstacle gets put in our way, we have to figure out how to overcome that obstacle, and then we learn from that obstacle, and then we try not to make those mistakes again. Kids tend to do that time and time and again. We make a mistake, and then we go back and we make a mistake. I say we. I'm a child, but I'm not a kid anymore, right? So we tend to go back and make that same mistake over and over again without taking the introspective time to learn from that mistake. And that's why obstacles get created for us each and every day. So as fathers, we know now that we see our kids make mistakes all the time, but we have to learn from that so they don't make those same mistakes again because they don't know any better. We can't blame them for doing things that they've done. Yes, it was an obstacle that's put in our way, but what did we do? We learned from it. So now, every time, like this morning, Shreya took one of the diyas and she threw it. I'm not going to blame Shreya for doing that. That's not her fault. It's Elisa's fault. No, it's not Elisa's fault either. It's not Elisa's fault either. It was an event that happened that led to some sort of issue. It was an obstacle that got put in our way. Now, did we all learn from that? Of course we did. But that doesn't mean it's the baby's fault. And I'm not going to say that she's a bad baby because I've never set that expectation for her to know not to touch those things. She has a curious mind. See, so we're learning. Elisa's also in her 30s, but that baby's making sure that her legs are working too, so back and forth. So obstacles get put in our way because they're very important. They help us learn, they help us identify, and they help us grow. They help us understand what we need to do to be better, but what we need to do to react to responses and situations in a cordial manner, in an appropriate manner. So that being said, when you learn from a mistake, that's knowledge. Learning from a mistake is knowledge. Applying practice to ensure that that mistake doesn't happen again and changing your practice, that's wisdom. Knowing that something bad happened and learning from that information and turning the process around to make it in your favor, that's known as wisdom. And with that being said, we offer prayers to that mother of knowledge and that mother of wisdom. You like that transition there? We offer prayers to Mother Saraswati. Om Saraswati Mahabhagi Vidye Kamalaluchine Vidyarupe Vishalakshi Vidyam Dehi Namostute Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Om Mahasaraswati Namah. You're going to place your flower down right here. Grab a pink flower and grab the lighter in your hand as well. We next offer prayers to that mother of light in this universe, that mother of spiritual wealth, that mother of monetary wealth. We join together as we offer prayers to Mother Lakshmi. Go ahead and light the diya. Om Lakshmi karotu kalyanam arogyam dana sampada mama shatru vinashaya deepa jyotir namostute. Om namaste astu mahamaya shri pite sarapujate shankha chakram gadahaste mahalakshmi namostute. Om namaste garudharudhe kolasura bhayankari सर्व पाप हरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। ओम सर्वज्ञे सर्ववरदे सर्वदुष्ट भयंकरी सर्वदुःखा हरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। ओम सिद्धि बुद्धि प्रदे देवी भुक्ति मुक्ति प्रदायिनी मंत्रमूर्ति सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। ओम आद्यंतरहिते देवी आद्य शक्ति महेश्वरी योग योग संभूते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। ओम स्थूल सूक्ष्म महारौद्रे महाशक्ति महोदरे महापाप हरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। ओम पद्मासनस्थिते देवी परब्रह्मा स्वरूपिणी परमेशी जगने मातार महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। ओम श्वेतांबरधरे देवी नानालंकार भूषिते जगत स्थिते जगने मातार महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। ओम महालक्ष्मी नमः। You're gonna take a flower, place them down in front of the diya, and then take a yellow flower in your hand. And devotees, we join together now as we offer praise to that universal mother that destroys all evils in our life. We offer prayers to Adi Shakti Durga Mata. Namah Durgaya Namah. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaswadha Namostute Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde जय पुथारते निहारदिनी जय सर्वगते देवी काले रात्रि नमोस्तुते। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णु मायेति संनिधा नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु श्रद्धारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तुष्टिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दयारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। As we pray to Mother Durga devotees, so we say, O Durga Mata, Thou art the universal mother, and we your children worship you in many forms. O Ma, we see you as Buddhi, wisdom, Lakshmi, prosperity, Shakti, energy, Shraddha, faith, Shanti, peace, Tushti, contentment, and Daya, compassion. And as we pray to you, Ma, Namastasye, 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 Namo Namaha. As we pray to you, Ma, we bow to thee again and again. Devotees, we offer praise to Mother Durga in the form of the universal mother, Matri Rupe. Ya Devi Sarvamuteshu Matri Rupena Sanstita Namastasye, 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 Namo Namah. Dehi Saubhagyam Arogyam Dehi Me Paramam Sukham Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Visho Jahi. At this time, devotees at the Kirtan group offer 2 bhajans to Mother Saraswati, Mother Lakshmi, or Adi Shakti Durga Mata as we commence with our puja up front.
जय 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 माता सरस्वती शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी जय 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 माता सरस्वती जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी हंसवाहिनी परमासन माता हंसवाहिनी परमासन माता वीणा पुष्पकदायिनी जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी जय 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 माता सरस्वती जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी तू ही दुर्गा तू ही काली तू ही दुर्गा तू ही काली तू ही माता पार्वती सकल जगत की पालन करनी सकल जगत की पालन करनी विद्या बुद्धि दायिनी जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी जय 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 माता सरस्वती जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश शीश सब ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश शेष सब तेरी है गुण ज्ञान करे हम सबके कल्याण करो माँ हम सबके कल्याण करो माँ विद्या बुद्धि दायिनी जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी जय 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 माता सरस्वती जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी हंसवाहिनी परमासन माता हंसवाहिनी परमासन माता वीणा पुष्पकदायिनी जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी जय 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 माता सरस्वती जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी
माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी कितना प्यार जगाती है कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी कितना प्यार जगाती है कितना प्यार जगाती है श्वास श्वास की रक्षा कर की पग पग प्राण बचाती है कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी कितना प्यार जगाती है कितना प्यार जगाती है तू ऋषियों की रिद्धि सिद्धि तू ब्रह्मा के भक्ति माँ तू विष्णु की माया दे
सरस्वती माता की जय। प्रेम से बोलो लक्ष्मी माता की जय। प्रेम से बोलो आदि शक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय। Before we commenced our prayers to the Navgraha Devata, gave you all homework last week. Who did their homework? Mahendra doesn't count. Huh? Vishal's dog gave his homework. So Navgraha Devata is 9 planets. And out of the 9 planets, 7 of them have days that represent days of the week. We talked about Sunday, Ravivar, for the sun. That color is red. Chandrama takes on Monday, so that day is white. What about the other 5 days? Can anybody give me one? We're going to keep doing this until we get all 7. I just want at least one. Can you repeat the question? Okay, Buddha. What day is Buddha? No. You're close, but no. Can you use it in a sentence? Buddha? We'll stick with this one. Buddha represents, do you all know what planet Buddha represents? I'll give you a hint, it's the very first planet. It's the very first planet. Mercury. Okay, so Buddha is Mercury. Buddha, B-U-D-H-A, Buddha is Mercury. And it occurs in the middle of the week. It's Wednesday. Now, anybody take a stab at what color Wednesday should be? I'll give you a hint, it's my favorite color. Green. See, my god brother knows me so well. Green. Green. So, typically with the names of the Navgraha Devata, they get, you would say the name of the Navgraha Devata with the name of the day. So it could be Buddhawar. Water means day. Ravivar means Sunday. Buddhawar means Wednesday. It's the day from Buddha. And it's for Mercury. So when Mercury's in retrograde, it's always on Tuesday. That's not true. I made that up. But Mercury is for Wednesday. Sorry, I said Tuesday. Mercury is for Wednesday. And that day is going to be a green day. Now, if you ever want to be in alignment with an Navgraha Devata, you should always wear a color that represents that day of the week. I'm not saying dress in all green. Like, you could put a green thread on, or wear a green ring, or have green jewelry, or put green on your necklace. It's auspicious. It aligns you with the planet, but it aligns you with the specific Navgraha Devata for that day. So, for today, you'd want to wear something red. Something that has red in it. I'm talking about all this. I realize I don't have anything red on me. So, probably going to go home later today and put something red on and do some yard work and do whatever I need to. But red is going to be auspicious for today. Monday is white. If I turn, yeah, well, I mean, I'm brown, so I don't really turn red. Tomorrow is going to be white. That's for Chandrama. And then we talked about Wednesday is going to be green. Your homework for next week is to figure out what Tuesday is. Don't tell me any other days of the week. Figure out what Tuesday is. That's your homework. Huh? Picture. It is red, but for who? Mangal. Okay, so we got Tuesday down. We got Monday and Tuesday. Mangal, Mangalwar. You can also say Bhumha if you want to. Mangalwar. And then we have red for Tuesday. So some of the colors will match. Some of them won't be the same. The only 2 colors that we never really use are going to be blue and brown, and we'll talk about that later. All right, so now your next goal, Uncle Chris, you're not allowed to answer anymore. You've gotten your 100%. We got Monday, we got Tuesday, we got Sunday, we got Wednesday. Next week, I want to know what either Thursday or Friday is. Specifically Thursday, because no, put your hand down. Because Thursday is very auspicious for something that happens this week. Thursday is very auspicious for something that happens this week, even though what happens this week is probably going to be on a Tuesday. But I'm giving you a little, I'm trying to drop as many hints as possible. So, it's on Wednesday? Okay. Well, nonetheless, that holiday coincides with what you need to know about Thursday. So your homework is, for Thursday, which Navgraha Devata represents Thursday, what is the color, and what is the name of that week? What is the name of that day of the week? What do we call Thursday? But that being said, devotees, so we join together now as we clasp our hands and close our eyes, as we offer our prayers to the most influential beings in our lives. as we offer prayers to the Navgraha Devata. Om Navgraha Devataya Namaha. Brahma Murari Tripura Shashi Bhumi Suto Buddhascha Guruscha Shukra Shanirahu Kito Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavantu Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavantu.
Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah.
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 Suryaya Namah Chandramaya Namah.
Suryaya Namah Chandramaya Namah.
Chandramaya Namah Bhumaya Namah.
Chandramaya Namah Bhumaya Namah.
Bhumaya Namah Buddhaya Namah.
Bhumaya Namah Buddhaya Namah.
Buddhaya Namah Brihaspataya Namah.
Buddhaya Namah Brihaspataya Namah.
Brihaspataya Namah Shukraya Namah.
Brihaspataya Namah Shukraya Namah.
Shukraya Namah Shanisharaya Namah.
Shukraya Namah Shanisharaya Namah.
Shanisharaya Namah Rahave Namah.
Shanisharaya Namah Rahave Namah.
Rahave Namah Ketave Namah.
Rahave Namah Ketave Namah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya 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 Namah.
Suryaya Namah Bhaskaraya Namah.
Suryaya Namah Bhaskaraya Namah.
Bhaskaraya Namah Adityaya Namah.
Bhaskaraya Namah Adityaya Namah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah.
Suryaya Namaha, Suryaya Namaha, Suryaya Namaha, Suryaya Namaha, Suryaya Namaha, Suryaya Namaha, Suryaya Namaha. Navastubhyam Prasiddham Mama Bhashkaram Bhivakara Namastubhyam Prabhakara Namostute Suryaya Namaha Suryaya Namaha Suryaya Namaha Suryaya Namaha. Om Prem Bolo Navgraha Devata ki jai. Prem Bolo Surya Narayana Bhagwan ki jai. Great. Go ahead and take some yellow and white flowers in your hands. And devotees, we join together now as we offer prayers to that sustainer of all things dharmic, all things righteous in this universe. We join together as we offer prayers to Lord Vishnu. Om Shri Vishnuve Namaha. Om Shantakaram Bhujagshayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagan Sadrasham Meghavaranam Shubhangam Om Lakshmi Katam Kamalanayanam Yogibhira Dhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvaloke Kanatam Om Sashankha Chakram Sakirita Kundhalam Sapita Vastram Sarasiruhekshanam Sahara Vakshastala Shombikostum Bhai Shriyam Namami Vishnu Shirasa Chaturbhujam Namami Vishnu Shirasa Chaturbhujam. We join together, devotees, as we offer prayers to the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu. We offer prayers to Lord Rama. Om Ramaya Ramabhendraya Ramachandraya Vidhise Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaham. We offer prayers to Mother Sita. Om Jagata Sutha Jagajanani Janaki Atashaya Priya Karunani Danaki Take Chukapada Kamal Manao Jasu Kripa Niramal Matipao. We offer prayers to Hanuman Swami. Om Mano Javamarta Tulya Vegam Jitendrim Budhi Matam Varishtam Vatatma Jaman Nirayutta Mukyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapati Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapati. And finally, devotees, we join together as we offer praise to the eighth incarnation of Lord Vishnu. We join together in offering praise to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Om Dhararavinne Napararavinam Mukharavinne Vinivishrayantam Vattasya Patrasya Puthi Shrayanam Balam Mukundam Manasasmaran Balam Mukundam Manasasmaran Om Krishna Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Mukham Karoti Vachalam Bhanghum Langayati Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Om Vasudevam Sutam Deva Kamsachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. At this time, devotees, I ask that the Kirtan group offer 2 or 3 bhajans dedicated to Lord Vishnu, his incarnations, the Lord Mother Sita, Hanuman Swami, as we commence with our puja up front.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram
Jagat mein sach tera naam Jagat mein sach tera naam Shri Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram
Jai Ram
जिसके सुमिरन से बन जाते सबके बिगड़े काम सबके बिगड़े काम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जगत में साचा तेरा नाम जगत में साचा तेरा नाम श्री राम में साचा तेरा नाम, जगत में साचा तेरा नाम। श्री राम जय राम,
श्री राम जय राम।
सर्वत कलाए विस्मिन तुम्हारे, उज्ज्वल कर दो भाग्य हमारे। सर्वत कलाए विस्मिन तुम्हारे, उज्ज्वल कर दो भाग्य हमारे। हे शबरी के राम, हे शबरी के राम। श्री राम जय राम,
श्री राम जय राम।
जगत में साचा तेरा नाम, जगत में साचा तेरा नाम। श्री राम जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, श्री राम
जय राम। राधे कौन से पुण्य किए तूने, राधे कौन से पुण्य किए तूने। हरि रोज तेरे घर आते हैं। राधे कौन से पुण्य किए तूने, हरि रोज तेरे घर आते हैं। राधे कौन से पुण्य किए तूने, हरि रोज तेरे घर आते हैं। जब जब सोल सिंगार करे, राधा जब जब सोल सिंगार करे। प्रभु दर्पण आप दिखाने हैं, प्रभु दर्पण आप दिखाने हैं। राधे कौन से पुण्य किए तूने, हरि रोज तेरे घर आते हैं। राधा घर घर पनगत पे जावे, राधा घर घर पनगत पे जावे। प्रभु मत की आप उतारते हैं। राधा कौन से पुण्य किए तूने, हरि रोज तेरे घर आते हैं। राधा जब भोजन तैयार करे, राधा जब भोजन तैयार करे, हरि आप भोग लगाते हैं। ये कौन से पुण्य किए तूने, हरि रोज तेरे घर आते हैं। राधा गर्भ जब कुंजन के जावे, राधा जब जब कुंजन के जावे, प्रभु आकर रास रचाते हैं, प्रभु आकर रास रचाते हैं। हरि कौन से पुण्य किए तूने, हरि रोज तेरे घर आते हैं। राधे कौन से पुण्य किए तूने, प्रभु रोज तेरे घर आते हैं, हरि रोज तेरे घर आते हैं, हरि रोज तेरे घर आते हैं।
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Natanara Yen Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Natanara Yen Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Natanarayan Vasudeva. Ajutam Keshavam Narayan Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hari. Ajutam Keshavam Narayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hari. Ajutam Keshavam Narayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hari. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Natanarayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Natanarayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Natanarayan Vasudeva.
ओम प्रेम से बोलो विष्णु भगवान की जय, प्रेम से बोलो श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, प्रेम से बोलो सीता माता की जय, प्रेम से बोलो रमन स्वामी की जय, प्रेम से बोलो कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। At this time, devotees, as we all join together now as we offer prayers to that universal Father and that universal Guru, as we offer prayers to that destroyer of all evils in our life and in this universe, we join together as we offer prayers to Lord Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सरावसन्तं हृदयार्दविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि You can go ahead up to the lingam with Mahendra. Lingam Janama Jadukhavinashakalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam Brahma Murari Surara Chitalingam Niramal Vasita Shobhita Lingam Janama Jadukhavinashakalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam
Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam
Deva Muni Prarvarchitalingam Kamadham Karunakaranalingam Ravana Darpa Vinashanalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam
Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam
Sarva Subhandi Sulepitalingam Buddhi Vivardhana Karanalingam Siddha Sura Suravandhitalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada
Shiva Lingam
Bhanaka Mahamandi Bhushithalingam Bhanipati Veshtita Shobhitalingam Rakshashu Yajna Vinashanalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam Tat Pranamami
Sada Shiva Lingam
Kumkuma Chandanalipitalingam Pankajahara Sushobhitalingam Sanchita Papa Vinashanalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada
Shiva Lingam
Devaganarchita Sevitalingam
Bhavara Bhakti Bhirevachalingam
Dinakara Koti Prabhakaralingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam Tat Pranamami
Sada Shiva Lingam
Ashtadharuparivishtithalingam Sarvasamudabhavaparanalingam Ashtadharindravinashithalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam
Tat Pranamami Sada Shiva Lingam
Suraguru Surara Pujitalingam Suravarna Pushpa Sadara Chitalingam
Parata Param
परमात्मकलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् अष्टकम् इदं पुण्यं यः पतेन् शिवसन्निधौ शिवलोकमवाप्नोति रे शिवेन सह मोदते ॐ नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय
If you could offer all the powders
हरि
onto
ओम
Lingam and
नमः
Shiva Murti in the back.
शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 आरो गावो रे ये नम हरे नम ये नम हरे नम जब तक है भाई दम ने दम बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 हे प्रलयंकर भीमा भयंकर हे प्रभु शंकर स्वामी हे प्रभु शंकर स्वामी हे विश्वेश्वर हे परमेश्वर ईश्वर अंतरयामी ईश्वर अंतरयामी ये दुन है उत्तम अनुपम सर जग यही पिता परम बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 शिव आत्म है दया दयाम है शिव का नाम है संयम शिव का नाम है संयम शिव जी है मुक्ति शिव जी है शक्ति शिव जी है भक्ति का संयम शिव जी है भक्ति का संयम शिव महिमा मत समझोता बिखर जाएंगे दुनिया के गम ओ बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 बोलो शिव शिव शंभु बम 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 bum 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 bolo shiva shiva shambhu bum 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 bolo shiva shiva shambhu bum 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 bolo shiva shiva shambhu bum 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 bolo shiva shiva shambhu bum 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 bolo shiva shiva shambhu bum bum bum
कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि सदा वसन्तं भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि बोलो बोलो सतन बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो बोलो सतन बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय 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 बोलो बोलो सतन बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो बोलो सतन बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारम् सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि बोलो बोलो सतन बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो बोलो सतन बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय 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 बोलो बोलो सतन बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो बोलो सतन बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारम् सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि बोलो बोलो सत्यन बोलो ॐ नमः शिवाय बोलो बोलो सत्यन बोलो ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 बोलो बोलो सत्यन बोलो ॐ नमः शिवाय बोलो बोलो सत्यन बोलो ॐ नमः शिवाय बोलो बोलो सत्यन बोलो ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
Go take a flower, any color.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Devotees, we offer this next prayer for all those suffering from various illnesses, diseases, injuries, and ailments. We ask that they may have a fast, a speedy, and full recovery. We also offer a prayer for those transitioning from this world to the next. May their passage be a smooth and tranquil.
Om Hayam Bhakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mrityurmuksio Mamruthat Om Trayambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mrityurmuksio Mamruthat Om Trayambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mrityurmuksio Mamrutat Om Ganganapati Namaha Om Kartiki Namaha Om Nandishwarai Namaha Om Vasuki Namaha Om Shri Samba Sadha Shivaya Namaha Prem se bolo Shiva Shankar Bhagwan ki Jai.
Devotees, for all of us who have a guru, we offer a prayer toward a guru. If not, we take Lord Shiva or any devata that we so please in our mind as our universal guru, as we join together in prayer. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti Puja Moolam Gurur Param Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam Moksha Moolam
कृपार ओम प्रेम से गुरु गुरुदेव की जय. Place your flowers and devotees for all those of Prasad Archao. I ask that you please come forth at this time. Hey Tejas, do you want to offer all of this fruit? Yeah. Fun fact, Tejas helped me buy all this fruit this morning. If can you put a piece of tulsi and flour on the one I just gave to Tejas, please? No. Do you have tulsi, Didi? You want to take from Tejas? Or you can take from here too. Oh, then yeah, we got all your stuff too. Here, give me these. Purple flower. Not purple flower. Your other prasads. Yeah, it's all yours, I think. That's what Elise said. Do you have flowers and stuff? Come, beta. Come. Right? Oh, okay. Well, there's a flower. You're welcome. Just need flowers, Uncle Jack. Juan. Okay. We'll offer our prasad. Naivedyam grahitam deva bhakti mehi chalam kuru ipsitamev ramnehi paratrahat parangati om idam palam maya deva stapitam puratastava tena me sapalavaptera bhave janmani om sarva papa haram divyam gangeyam nirmalam jalam achmaramaya raktam grihetam purushottamam. Offer your prasad to the altar.
आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन 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 बिल्ली ने की बैन सुदाम के तुंदुल बिल्ली ने की बैन सुदाम के तुंदुल रुचि रुचि भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन दुर्योधन की मेवा जागे दुर्योधन की मेवा जागे साग विकर कर खायो प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन जो कोई तुमरा भोग लगावे जो कोई तुमरा भोग भोग लगावे, सुख संपत्ति कर आवे प्यारे मोहन। आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन, आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन। ऐसा भोग लगावे प्यारे मोहन, ऐसा भोग लगावे प्यारे मोहन, सब अमृत हो जाए प्यारे मोहन। आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन, आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन। आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन, आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन।
For all of those who are desirous of participating in our Hawan ceremony, I ask that you please come forth at this time. Go ahead and light the Hawan Kun.
Om Mani Milne Purohitam Yajnasya Devam Ritvajam Udharam Radharamam Agni Devaye Namaham.
We offer both samagri and ghee into the Hawan Kun.
Om Prajapate
स्वाहा इदं प्रजापतिरन्नामम।
Om Indraya
स्वाहा इदं इन्द्राय इदं नामम।
Om Agane
स्वाहा इदं अग्ने इदं नामम।
Om Somaya
स्वाहा इदं सोमाय इदं नामम।
Om Bhu
स्वाहा इदं अग्ने इदं नामम।
Om Bhuva
स्वाहा इदं वायवे इदं नामम।
Om Swaha
स्वाहा इदं सूर्याय इदं नामम।
Om Suryaya Namaha
स्वाहा इदं सूर्याय इदं नामम।
Om Chandraya Namaha
स्वाहा इदं चन्द्राय इदं नामम।
Om Homaya Namaha
स्वाहा इदं भौमाय इदं नामम।
Om Buddhaya Namaha
स्वाहा इदं बुधाय इदं नामम।
Om Brihaspate Namaha
स्वाहा इदं बृहस्पते इदं नामम।
Om Shukraya Namaha
स्वाहा इदं शुक्राय इदं नामम।
Om Shanishcharaya Namaha
स्वाहा इदं शनिश्चराय इदं नामम।
Om Rahave Namaha
स्वाहा इदं राहवे इदं नामम।
Om Ketuve Namaha
स्वाहा इदं केतवे इदं नामम।
Om Ganeshaya Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Mahagauriye Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Mahasaraswatye Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Mahalakshmiye Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Mahadurgaye Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Guruve Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Brahmane Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Vishnuve Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
स्वाहा
Om Ramaya Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Sitaye Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Hanumate Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Krishnaya Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Shivaya Namaha
स्वाहा
Om Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namaha.
स्वाहा
We have for this next one for our ancestors, and we say Swadha.
Om Sarvebhyo Pitribhyo Namaha.
स्वदः
Om Bhurvubhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
स्वाहा
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
स्वाहा
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा. Take everything together. Please stand as we commence forth for an hour. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Purnam Purnatim Prithiya Vayaswanaramrita Ajhatam Aganim Bhim Vam Simran Jananam Anam Patram Chamyanti Deva Swaha Om Sarvam Goy Purnagam Swaha Om Sarvam Goy Purnagam Swaha Om Sarvam Goy Purnagam Swaha. Devotees, we take blessings from Agnira Devata. Om Tanapagani Om Tanapagani Tatmane Pahi Om Aryara Gadjwatmene Parachuragani Sivarachumene Om Tejumere Om Veryamasi Veryamere Om Balamasi Balamere Om Ojosri Ojumere Om Manyurasi Manyumere Om Sahosi Sahumere Om Shantirastu Pushirastu Britirastu the Bhakrataprimastu Vipare Chatushpare Sura Shantiram Bhavatu Achmanyam Om Sarva Papaharam Nivyam Yangayam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanmayadatam Girhiyatam Purushothamam Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Swargir Devata Ki Jai.
मोहन तुम्हारी सूरत मोहन तुम्हारी सूरत हमको सता रही है हमको सता रही है मोहन तुम्हारी सूरत ऐसी बड़ी है दिल में भूली न जा रही है ऐसी बड़ी है दिल में भूली न जा रही है मोहन तुम्हारी सूरत मोहन तुम्हारी सूरत आ जाओ अब कन्हैया बिन विचार आके आ जाओ अब कन्हैया तुम बिन विचार आके लड़िया बना बना के लड़िया बना बना के आंसू बहा रही है आंसू बहा रही है मोहन तुम्हारी सूरत मोहन तुम्हारी सूरत मोहन तुम्हारी सूरत.
That's fair. I support that decision. Before we commence with our sermon for today, devotees, as we clasp our hands and close our eyes as we offer these prayers. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumi Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada Om Saraswati Namastobhyam Varare Kamarupiణi Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Reo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Prem se bolo Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai Prem se bolo Saraswati Mata ki jai Prem se bolo Gurudev ki jai. Every Sunday after Monday, I go home and I put the service on and we listen to it, like me, Serena, and the baby. And Serena goes, "What happened?" So what do you mean? She goes, "You didn't say your prayers." I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Before your sermon, you said you're supposed to do it every week, and you didn't do it." So I'm glad I have my wife there to call me out on my forgetfulness. I love her. So as we said from last time, devotees, we were in chapter 12 of the Srimad Bhagavad Puran. Specifically, book 1, chapter 12 of the Srimad Bhagavad Puran. We're talking about the birth of Emperor Parikshit. And we left off on verse 18 and 19, where we hear the following verses. Bhagavatam Puran Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Bhagavatam Puran Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Bhagavatam Puran Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Bhagavatam Puran Srimad Bhagavatam
Bhagavatam Shri Bhagavatam Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Bhagavatam Srimad Bhagavatam Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Bhagavatam Puran Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Bhagavatam Puran Srimad Bhagavatam Puran
Srimad Bhagavatam
Puran Srimad Bhagavatam Puran.
As my wife told me, I so rudely left you all on a cliffhanger last week. I don't think it was rude. I think it was appropriate. But we talked about Raja Parikshit and his time of birth. Now, at the time, he's not being born when we're reading into this part of the Srimad Bhagavad Puran. We're hearing about his father. Does anybody remember his father's name? Uncle Chris. Milo? Yeah, you're allowed. I was like, Milo's not the name. Yeah, it's like, that's wrong. Abhimanu's son. He Googles everything. So do I. So we're learning more about Raja Parikshit, what Yudhishthir specifically wants for him. So he makes these sacrifices. He does all these rituals, and he offers some things to the Brahmins. And in return, he asks the Brahmins, "O best of the truthful, will he follow in the footsteps of all the great souls of his family of saintly kings? Will he be just as meritorious and glorious in his achievements? Tell me about my child." I mean, that's an answer I think every parent wants to know. Is my child going to be a good child or a bad child when they get older? Now, unfortunately, we don't have a group of Brahmins that, can see into the future for us to tell us if our child's going to be good or bad. So we've got to work pretty hard to make sure our kids are rounded and nice and well-rounded. But the Brahmins knew. They performed these sacrifices. They did all these rituals, so they're able to see what is going to happen to his child. So he said, "O son of Pritha, he will be the maintainer of all living entities, exactly like some of the kings, the son of Manu, and he will be faithful to his promises and be of respect for the Brahmins, just like Rama, the son of Raja Dasrath." So they know he's going to be a good guy. He's going to be a really good guy. He's going to be a very well-respected guy. He will be as charitable as the king Sibhi of Usinara and protect the ones of the surrender and will, just like Bharata, the son of Dushyanta, who performed many sacrifices, spread the name of fame of his family. So, we're going to have to listen very... Drop something. We're going to have to listen very closely to how what Raja Parikshit is going to be described. Because he's being described and being equated to other people we've heard in religious texts, but we're hearing the best of their qualities. So not only is he going to be the maintainer of living entities, he's going to be charitable, and he's going to perform many sacrifices. So keep in mind, the Brahmin said he's going to be a great man. So now they're giving us qualities of what it means to be a great, quote, man, right? Great person. We'll say great person. So, 1, he's going to be a maintainer of all living entities. He's going to be faithful to his promises, and he's going to be charitable while performing many sacrifices. He also says, among archers, he will be as good as the 2 Arjunas, his grandfather and the king of Haihaya. He will be as irresistible as fire and as unsurpassable as the ocean. As powerful as a lion, as worthy for taking shelter as the Himalayas. He will be as forbearing as the earth and as tolerant as his parents. With a spirit as good as that of the original father Brahma, he will be as generous and equanimous as Lord Shiva and be the refuge of all living beings, and as good as the Supreme Lord, who is a refuge for the goodness of fortune. So, he will be generous, and he will be, essentially what he's saying is he's not only going to be good to every person, he's going to treat everybody the same way. So we ask ourselves time and time again, what makes us a good person? Or how can we be a good person? Here is being described a person who's not yet born, but is already good. So, again, covering some of these things, faithful, he'll perform sacrifices, he'll be as great and what does it say, is irresistible as fire. Some people love to see him. But he will also be unsurpassable as the ocean. His achievements will be great. But with great achievements, he will also be generous, and he'll see every living person as equal as they can. I don't do that right now. A lot of us don't do that right now. Yeah, we may be generous, but we don't see everybody as equal. That's a hard thing to come by. Following in the footsteps of Krishna, he will be the majesty of all divine virtues. He will have the greatness of the king, Rantideva, and be as pious as Yayati. Being as patient as Bali Maharaja, this child will be as devoted as Prahalad was unto Krishna. He will perform as many Aswamedhas and be faithful to the elderly and experienced souls. He will father a line of saintly kings, will chastise and upstarts, and as source of righteousness of the world, crush the quarrelsome. After being informed about his personal death, as caused by a snake bird that was sent by the son of a Brahmin, he will free himself from his attachments and take shelter to the Lord. Pausing right there for a second. So we talk about a great man. And this great man, at least Yudhishthir's hearing, is going to be told of his death and how he's going to die. There's another story we hear in the in the Srimad Bhagavad Puran, and another portion of it, about a man who knows he's going to die as well. We hear about it in the birth story of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Who gets told he's going to die? That one evil king, Kans, yes. So we hear, thank you, Uncle Chris, hear that Kans is, but what is his reaction to, you're going to be killed by the hand of God, or you're going to be killed by the 8th child of your sister. He kills all the babies. He loses self-control. He does unrighteous things. If somebody came to you today, and sometimes we see this in like the latest 21st century movies, they told you that you had a very specific disease and you only had 2 months to live. Are you going to surrender all of your attachments and take shelter into the Lord? Is that going to be your first thought? No, most people, it's like, YOLO, right? I'm going to go party. I'm going to go max out my credit cards. I'm going to live on my bucket list. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to go skydiving, bungee jumping. Not one single person, well, I shouldn't say not one single person, because there may be people who do this, but the first mentality is, let me live life to the fullest and experience everything I have rather than trying to achieve what I need to achieve. So he hears that he's going to die, but yet what does he do? He still focuses on God. He doesn't relinquish the Dharma in this world. He doesn't relinquish any of that to become a bad person, or at least that's what we're being told. From the son of the sage Vyasa, having inquired about the proper self-knowledge, O king, he will abandon his material life on the bank of the river Ganges and attain the state of fearlessness. State of fearlessness means that we are abandoning material possessions in this world. Why do we have fear in our souls? Why do we have fear in our lives? Because of things we're attached to. Now, I'm not saying at this point in your lives don't be attached. Like, we're not going to disassociate ourselves from our children. We're not going to detach ourselves from our children. It's still material. Our family, our friends, everything around us is material. We're human. We still have to have some fear in us because we can't let go of everything so easily. But the reason fear exists is because we're looking at material things and being scared of material things. My wife and I went to the Blue Ridge Mountains this past week. We stayed at a bed and breakfast. It was fun. Thanks, Tejas. Yeah, it was great. But the bed and breakfast was built in 1890, and love the gentleman who introduced us to the bed and breakfast. His first quotes were, 2 kids died here back in the 1900s. Like, that's great. Thank you for that. So we're sleeping the first night. All the lights are off. And all of a sudden, in the corner of the room, one of the lights comes on its own. He's like, no. Comes on its own. This is the middle of the night. Guess who's fast asleep and not paying attention to any of this? Panditji. Guess who wakes up because when lights turn on, she wakes up? Panditji's wife. So Serena woke up in the middle of the night, saw the light turned on, turned it off. So the next morning she wakes up and she asks me, did you turn the light on in the room? I said, Serena, why would I go to the other side of the bed, to the corner of the room, and turn the light on? She goes, well, the light turned on its own. I said, is it on a timer? No. She goes, what if it was one of the kids? I said, no. Serena, no, it's not. It wasn't one of the kids. So the next night, we have to swap sides of the bed because I have to sleep next to the Jumbie lamp and she gets to sleep on the nice side of the bed. And you know what happens that night? No light comes on. But at about 3 o'clock in the morning, I feel my wife grab me. Go, huh? I go, what? She goes, sorry, the light on the TV scared me. So there's an association here. There's a big story to it. It's a funny story, but it relates. Where did her fear come from? Her fear came from that light turning on its own in the middle of the night. Now, was she scared then? No, she fell right back asleep. But the next night when she saw that other light, her mind associated that material object, that light, with a spirit, and when she saw another light, it scared her. Now, is she scared of all lights now? No. Because an obstacle was put in her way and she learned from it, so she's not scared anymore. But fear comes from the material world that we live in, and the perception that we believe causes fear. We hear this in music all the time. What makes a very happy song? So, like, let's say we're playing from Lord of the Rings, you know, the Hobbit. That's the Shire. Shire makes you feel happy, right? You hear those words. That's what we call a major scale. But a perception of fear for us is a minor scale. Right? We hear, yeah, terrified. I'm shaken. Yeah, I'm spoopy. It's spoopy. Perception of fear comes from the material world. What we're told to be scared of, what we're told to be afraid of. But if we detach from those fears, that material world, we won't be scared by as many things, or we'll have the courage to take on the things we need to and focus on the things that we need to. Prior to owning a home, I was terrified of snakes. Owning a home, I'm still terrified of snakes, but I will pick them up and take them out of my yard as necessary. Because I need to do that for my home. I need to do that so my dog doesn't get bitten. And I need to do that so if my daughter's out in the backyard playing someday, she's not going to encounter a copperhead roaming around the backyard. And why pick them up when you can shoo them away? So we learn to detach from fearlessness. Brahmins learned in the matters of astrology and the birth ceremonies, thus having informed the king, were generously rewarded, and then all returned to their homes. That's very important now too. I ask you to do something for me. I ask you to do, no, you ask me to do something for you. So I do that thing. Now it shouldn't be, I shouldn't expect a gift from that. But shouldn't there be some fair payment from that? Shouldn't there be some expectation for that? Sometimes. But what he's saying here is that I perform these sacrifices and rituals. I asked you for something really great. And in return, I'm also giving you something really great. Now, I'm not saying if I give you pain, you give me pain. But if we do something good for someone else, or if somebody does something good for us, we need to respect them and perform something for them in return. An act of kindness. Now, whenever I do something for somebody else, my biggest ask as a person is not to give me something, not to give me anything. Do something for someone else. At this point in time, I'm very happy. So do I need anything else right now? Not necessarily. I don't necessarily need a dakshina. I don't necessarily need some material physical item to make me happy. So what I ask of that other person is go do some good in the world. Because perpetuating good is always good. He, O Master, acquired fame in this world as Parikshit, the examiner, because he, constantly keeping him in his mind, whom he had seen before birth, would examine all men. Just like the waxing moon, day by day, soon becomes full. The royal prince, under the care of his protective parents, day by day grew to become soon the one he would be. King Yudhishthir, desiring to perform a sacrifice to be freed from the burden of having fought his kinsman, thought about acquiring funds because all he received stemmed from collecting taxes and fines. In respect of his mindful wishes, his brothers, on the advice of the infallible one, went north to collect sufficient riches. Were the results of those riches? They performed many sacrifices by which the Lord's Hari were perfectly worshipped. The Supreme Lord, being invited by the king and the Brahmins, performed the sacrifices, and a few months later they were done. And with the permission of the king, the Lord went back to Dwarka. But what we hear here, again, is the traits and qualities of a good person. All right, so going and refreshing all of these. It's a person who maintains and who is faithful. It's someone who is charitable and performs sacrifices. It's someone who can have that personality that's irresistible as the fire and also unsurpassable as the ocean. A person who is as powerful as a lion, with a spirit as good as Bhagwan, who is generous and sees everybody equally, who follows in the footsteps of Bhagwan, living a good life, spreading the word of Bhagwan, kirtanam, bhajans, everything, sermons. It's a person who is patient. It's a person who is faithful to elderly and experienced souls. It's a person who will crush the quarrelsome, who will not be scared by learning of their own death, and will renounce the material objects in this world and become free from fear. That last part to me is always important, because what makes us do the things that we do? What causes us to lie? What causes us to act out rashly? What causes us to get angry or greedy? Star Wars said it the best. Fear. Fear causes us to act out of greed, because we're scared we don't have the same things other people want. Fear leads to anger, because sometimes we don't understand a situation. We're scared of the results, so we just get angry at it. My last example I'll give you, I'm not the most patient person in the world. I sit up here and I'm a pundit, and yeah, I look great being a pundit, but I'm not the most patient person in the world. I do have a temper issue. I lose my patience. So when the baby cries and I can't get her to stop crying, I get worried. I don't know what's wrong with her. And then when I think I've done everything and she's still crying, I get upset. I get upset at what's going on. I get upset at the situation because I don't understand, because I get scared. Is it good to get scared when you have a baby? No. Is it good to get scared in a situation where somebody's health is declining and you need to get them to someplace emergently? No. The fear that we get leads to anger because we're scared of losing someone. And then we lash out at the things around us because we need that thing done immediately because the fear overtakes us. Don't let fear control your actions. If I hold my hand over the fire, will it burn me? Of course it will. But does that mean I'm going to stop and not do it? I shouldn't do it, right? But does that mean I should be scared of the fire? We see the kids come up here all the time and everybody's scared of the fire. Don't be scared of the things in front of you. Be confident, stay cool, stay calm, and be collective. Slow down if you need to. Don't let your fear overcome you. My last piece of advice, and I'll stop talking here, is what makes you good at doing something? Or actually, I shouldn't. What makes you good at doing something is practice. But do you know what's harder than doing something really fast? Do you know what's harder than doing something really fast? Taking the time to do it slow. And I want you to live this example. When you leave here today, because don't do it here, I don't want the Mandir to be liable for what you're going to do. I want you to go home and spin on one foot. I want you to do it really fast. Just spin in a circle on one foot really fast. Then I want you to do it as slow as physically possible. And I want you to come back here and tell me which one was harder to do. I want you to come back here and tell me which one was harder to do. Can you do it on ice? Sure. You're going to get the same result. I promise. Prem se Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Devotees, my way out, please stand for final arti. Thanks, man.
जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे बात जनों के संकट बात जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो द्वावे पल पावे दुख विनसे मन का स्वामी दुख विनसे मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता तुम मेरे शरण कहो जिसकी स्वामी शरण कहो जिसकी तुम बिना और न दूजा तुम बिना और न दूजा आस करो जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतरयामी स्वामी तुम अंतरयामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं मूर्ख कलकामी मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो बरता ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम होएगा गोचर सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति इस विद मिलो दया में इस विद मिलो दया मैया तुमको मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे अपने हाथ उतारो अपने हाथ उतारो द्वार पर तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा स्वामी पाप हरो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ संतन के सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे तन मन धन सब कुछ है तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा तेरा तुझको अर्पण तेरा मेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लागे मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। बजले बजले सीताराम, मंगल मूर्ति सुंदर श्याम। 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 बजले बजले ओम का नाम, मंगल मूर्ति सुंदर श्याम। बजले बजले ओम का नाम, मंगल मूर्ति सुंदर श्याम। बजले बजले सीताराम, मंगल मूर्ति सुंदर श्याम। बजले बजले सीताराम, मंगल मूर्ति सुंदर श्याम। बजले बजले सीताराम, मंगल मूर्ति सुंदर श्याम।
Go take any flowers and stay standing. At this time, I ask that we all please join together as we clasp our hands and close our eyes. Go ahead and void your mind of any negative thoughts, any bad emotions, and anything that's materially holding you to this physical world. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax your spine, your shoulders, your neck, your forehead, relax your entire body. With your mind cleared of all thoughts, focus on a form of Bhagwan that's most pleasing to you, one that will help you concentrate and join together with me as we chant our prayers. Om Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shanti Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Sarve Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dugabhag Bhavet. Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktahinam Janardanam, Yatya Pujatam Maya Neva Paripurnam Tadastu Me. Papuham Papu Karamaham Papu Atma Papu Sambhava, Trahimam Pundari Kaksham Sarva Papu Haru Hari. Om Tvameva Matas च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ सतोमा सद्गमय तमसोमा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युमा अमृतं गमय हरि ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम. The devotees, may we all please bow. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Shantir Antariksham Shantir Prithvi Shantir Apa Shantir Aushadhaya Shantir Vanaspati Shantir Vishwadeva Shantir Brahma Shantir Sarvagam Shantir Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantireri Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat. प्रेम से बोलो गणेश भगवान की, प्रेम से बोलो आदि शक्ति दुर्गा माता की, प्रेम से बोलो विष्णु भगवान की, प्रेम से बोलो शिव शंकर भगवान की, प्रेम से बोलो शिव शक्ति मंदिर की, प्रेम से बोलो सनातन धर्म की. That's good. Yeah. Is that good enough? Yeah, that's good enough. Devotees, with this, we've come to the end of our Sunday morning satsang, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here today. For those of you who are tuning in via YouTube, I know that there's a few people, but to those who are chatting, so to Gita Samalal, to Auntie Zanja, and to Tarapu, or Tara Mangres, you all may know her, JC Trump, to all of you, thank you for chatting, and thank you for tuning in virtually and being here with us. Devotees, we only have a really, and I don't have my calendar with me. I know that on Wednesday, July 13th, this week, is Guru Purnima. So Wednesday, July 13th is Guru Purnima. We will be doing something small here in the Mandir, just with our sermons and the way we do our prayers. But we're not doing anything formal on that day, and we're not doing anything super formal here in the temple. But if you have a guru, please do contact your guru. Take some time to talk to them, catch up with them if you haven't had some in a while. I'll get in a second, Tejas. A lot of effort for not a lot of work. Trust me. And then we have a few events coming up in August. Mahendra, could you tell me what those are? We have Krishna Janamashmi and Ganesh Chaturthi. I just forgot the exact days. It's on the next page. Oh, Thursday, August 18th is... when's Raksha Bandhan? I missed that. Is that in July? Yeah, sisters, when's Raksha Bandhan? No? Okay, well, first, Thursday, August 18th. Thursday, August 11th is Raksha Bandhan. Then Thursday, August 18th is Krishna Janamashmi. We'll be celebrating that here in the Mandir. Again, time is to be determined with some potential changes. And then we have Ganesh Chaturthi at the end of the month, which is, I think, Wednesday the 30th of August? Dang it, Tuesday the 30th of August. And that will be Ganesh Chaturthi. We'll be celebrating that here in the Mandir as well. Additional information, times, and everything surrounding those holidays, we'll make sure to let you all know about those as they come up. And other than that, devotees, I have no other announcements. Just for the kids who are getting ready to go back to school, very important time. Thank you, Anna. For you to go ahead and make sure you get all of your work done. Procrastination is the bane of us all. So I know some of us still have books that we need to read. Some of us still have reports we need to write. Get that done now so you can enjoy the rest of your summer vacation. But on top of that, go ahead and start getting your minds ready for school. Start getting everything prepared. And I hope that you all have a good journey back into your educational endeavors. But I have no other announcements. Thank you all again for being here. Again, Sita Ram. I will now hand the microphone over to our president in training. And our president in training, for a few more announcements.
Ram Ram. First of all, thank you all for coming out. A couple things. One, happy birthday to Buddy Vishal. There's no sound effects. I'm not so I'm not cool enough for that. To you guys, it's getting hot out. Make sure you're staying cool. Make sure you stay hydrated. We don't need anybody passing out. Be cool. And 3, if we can all help clean up, everybody folds a sheet, somebody vacuums, we'll all be done. Couple minutes. Passing over to President in training.
So he's the president in training.
Say something else.
Now we are ending it over to our president.
You don't whisper. You said, everybody, you're looking beautiful today.
Everybody, you're looking beautiful today.
There you go. Give the president training. All right. Sita Ram, everyone. Couple of quick things. First, I want to thank Jenny, Tim, and Ramesh. They came out here. No, they didn't come out here. Ramesh did, but they coordinated the repair of our air conditioning system on the other side of the building. You know, it's very hot. I understand that the computer board burnt out, and the guy installed a new programmable wireless thermostat over there, and so on and so forth. So thank you all very much for. It was 2 days worth of work for doing all of that. So appreciate that very much. You know, but Henrietta always tell me in Nidra that a grandchild change your perspective in life. And I say, yeah. And today, you know, I was thinking about it. Last week, Nidra and I had the opportunity to visit Shane and Sarah. And I remember the first time I saw Shane, and I said, oh man, Mama, look at that little, well, he wasn't little, he was a big baby with his sister. And who is that Chinese gal? Is his sister? And it was, I mean, she just could not. Jenny was like, you know, like 2 feet high and 3 inches big, right? When we first saw her. And Shane was actually at 7 months bigger than Jenny. And think about Jenny trying to control Shane. And Shane had all these Tonka trucks with him, right? And I was thinking about it from a Tonka toy to now the proud owner of a beautiful home, you know, starting his life, how life have matured and how he have grown up. And then I look at what's going on in the Mandir with these kids running around, and I said, you know, we old people can't keep up with them. And, you know, I had validation of that because Miss Master Zeke over there sat over here, right? Grandpa went and picked him up, and Grandpa could only hold him for about 5 seconds before he wiggled himself out of Grandpa's hand and went back and did the exact same thing that Grandpa was trying to prevent him from doing. Then Grandma came, picked him up, hold him for about 5 seconds, and he was wiggling out. Grandma couldn't deal with him, so Grandma gave him to the big uncle, Shane. Poor Shane, he put on this, you know, Hulkamania big hug on this poor kid. Walked around there all the way to Lord Krishna. And then that's it. The kid wiggled out of big uncle and start going around. Then small uncle picked the kid up and give the kid a bear hug, trying to contain him. Kid wiggled out of small uncle and ended up back into Grandma's hand, sitting on the windowsill. That's the evolution of 5 minutes worth of Zeke life here. So think about 25 years of that evolution. By the time we finish, Grandma and Grandpa will probably have all their bones aching, running after the kid here. I didn't see, and the thing is, I didn't see the mother anywhere in the picture, right? So the same thing happened in my household this week. Wednesday, baby Pia came to us, and you didn't hear Father Panditji talk about how they missed their baby and everything else. All he was talking about is this ghost, that the zombie. What I told Serena is, I give you a clue to what went on there, Serena. The owner of that hotel rigged that light and then fill you all in with this story about death and everything else. So you now could go and talk about this place is haunted. And you know how many of us will want to go stay at the bed and breakfast because we want to stay in a haunted house, right? So it's a ploy, it's a sale. So I am so enjoying life here in this mandir as we look at, we're first generation when we started here, us, and then Shane, Mahindra, Viv, Avi, Sue, Elise, all of them started. And then from them, we have another set, right here. And then from them now there's another set coming along. So it's the evolution and the continuity of life and the continuity of our community and the continuity of our religion. So young people, make some more picnic. Okay. And with that said, babysitting fees very expensive, expenditure. Yeah. Mom said $1,532.29. So today is actually Vishal's birthday. Vishal, on behalf of all of us, we want to wish you a happy birthday. And I hope that pizza will taste really, really good. Where's Sasha? His wife made special birthday pizza for him, so we'll see. And remember, when you go out of the country and you go back to your motherland, one of the things you're supposed to bring back is water coconut for the entire Mandir family. Somebody went to Guyana, extended their stay for a month and a half, and we didn't get any water coconut. So that's what you think. Okay. So Vishal will celebrate your birthday. Is there anyone else celebrating birthday that I missed? I don't have my book. Walter, are you celebrating anything later on this month? Thursday. Yours was this past Thursday. That's right. So, on behalf of all of us, happy birthday. So we'll celebrate your birthday. If you come sit over here and Vishal over here, please. Who? So what, Bahindru, what you don't realize is, right, I wish him and my daughter a happy anniversary. And then I was so excited because we had our grandbaby for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning. Okay, so who care about the picnic now? It's all about the grand picnic. Happy anniversary, son. And happy anniversary, Serena. So, but they don't count anymore. It's all about the grand picnic. Yeah. I got to bring my book. I keep forgetting my book at home. No, I don't have.
Food for thought. If you sleep on it, make it up. If you wear it, hang it up. If you drop it, pick it up. If you eat out of it, wash it. If you spill it, wipe it up. If you turn it on, turn it off. If you open it, close it. If you move it, put it back. If you break it, repair it. If you empty it, fill it up. If it rings, answer it. If it howls, feed it. If it cries, love it. I do all of it.
बार बार दिन ये